This conference will now be
All right, good day,
recorded.
everyone. I am Steve Szymanski on behalf of Wealth Foundations Northwest. I'd like to welcome you all to the Trading Lab. Happy to be here with all of you. I'm back, and we went to cash. We're doing very, very well this year, and now we're trying to trade this market that is now broken out to new highs. So we have to find out what we're going to do next year. Quick reminder that your trades are yours, not ours. We don't act as advisors in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm doing the trading lab now. This is Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, right? I can't keep track of my days. Yeah, it's Tuesday. And I owe you probably at least one or two power sessions. I'll try to make some of that up. And then next week we'll do a normal schedule. So we'll be back on track here. A little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a breather, which probably a good thing because we had a little bit of choppiness. And so that is where we're at. Okay. So intraday. Let's look intraday at the quad here. Upper left is the S&P 500, which just kind of gapped up. We had a gap, looked like a gap and go, and kind of faded a little bit, and we've been kind of just holding most of the gain, not all of it. Intraday relative strength in the Nasdaq here in the upper right, and again gap up, looked like it was going to go, faded, and now it's really actually outperforming. The infotech sector since the open is up 1.15% in addition to the gap. So that is pretty interesting stuff. Tesla is something on my radar here. This has been very choppy, and it is not having a hard time deciding what it's going to do intraday. But overall, this has been is a solid opportunity. I think we might want to get long here. And if we look at the VIX, and the VIX is kind of also a little bit choppy. I'm going to do a session. I'm going to do a power session about the yield curve because I think yields are becoming more and more important right now. So stay tuned for that exciting and important message on the yield curve. And so I think there's an interesting story to be told there. As far as our overall, so overall, look, we're busting out, and the on balance volume is being supportive. See how that's just going higher, breakout, fresh channel breakout, and so relative strength there. The SPY also the SPY's breakout was a little bit of a fake out. Let's see if I can zoom that in here a little bit for you. The SPY's breakout was it's kind of a fake out, but and it's kind of starting to do this. Watch that volume as we do some of these moves here and see what happens on strong volume. So the on balance volume is weaker than it is in the Nasdaq, but it is moving higher. It's just below current price. Let's take a quick look at the Russell. A couple other things. Russell's really strong. I think there's relative strength on the Russell, but again, don't overlook the fact that the volume is as we're rallying hard. Boom, 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 boom. The volume is sort of dropping off a little bit here too. So I would continue to exercise caution here. Here's Tesla. Tesla's been doing this on solid volume. See, it's ran up, boom, and then ran up really fast and hard, and boom, came back down to earth. Then people still said, you know what, this is a nice pullback. I'm going to buy into that, and then 4 days up, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, after a nice capitulation right at the 50 SMA or 20 SMA. The 20 SMA has now crossed the 200, and so I think there's an opportunity here, maybe to just do a simple bull call, 430, 440. Don't get too greedy. Bull call spread, and I think we'll put that on. Let me put it on now while I'm thinking about it. Get our first trade off, and let's get long Tesla. Not worry about cash flowing or managing or any of that jazz. Let's just do kind of and that way we don't have to freak out about the all the intraday price action. Let's just go out to about July or so. We could go further, maybe. Let me go Tesla TSLA and a simple bull call spread just to get us going. Don't go too crazy. Let's go out to at least July. I'm tempted to go August if it's not too expensive. But if we bought, I don't think we need to go out to August to, yeah, let's go out to August. If we buy the 430 call, ooh, these are going to be expensive, and sell the 440 call, well, maybe not that bad. That's a good way to trade expensive stocks is with verticals. Verticals is always a good way to trade real expensive stocks. Yeah, we can own that. August 430, 440 bull call spread for only $445. That seems reasonable to me. Tempted to do two of them. Let's do two. $800, we can handle that. $900, we can handle that. Okay, let's go ahead and put that out. Confirm and send and send. We'll wait to get filled there. We'll have a trade. So you can see our model portfolio. We started with $10,000 at the beginning of the year. So it's real easy to measure our performance. Started with $10,000 in the middle of the year. There we go. We're filled. And now we're at 16,461. So we are up from the beginning of the year, $6,461. Tell your friends. Love to have everyone on board. Send them my way. If you don't mind, give them my email. But that's even though the market has performed well, the market has performed well, but it was really choppy in the beginning of the year, if you recall. And but it hasn't performed that well. And so we have outperformed the market, and we've held our own when the market. We haven't had massive drawdowns. That's really key. So we went up. See, remember, you guys forget this year started off very flat, fell off the table, was scary as hell in April, then took off like a bottle rocket since then. So point to point, we're up. So we're having a good year, yeah, no doubt. But we didn't have the drawdown that they had here, and we had a much smoother ride. And at the end of the day, we're up. Let's see, what roughly just using round numbers here. So let's say we went from about 690 to about less than 690 to about 750. Let's say 690 to about 750 is about 60. 60 divided by 750, just using round numbers. Market's up about 8% year to date, which is a good year. That's a good year. And then if you take it from, if you say 60 divided by the start of the year, let's say 60, make it look a little better. 60 divided by 690. The market has gained really, any 8, 9%, for the first half of the year is good. And that's a good year. That's about double normal. Okay. But not nearly as good as what we've done. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay. And so I was happy to take a breather when we're up here feeling a little overextended and have it had this little mini pullback here, which was healthy, probably a good thing. And now we're back in business here. And you see that on balance volume fell off the table, and then now it's snapping back. And so as we break out to new highs, again, the volume is starting to slip as we rally. So watch that. So I'm cautious on the SPY and Russell, but the Qs is better. The Qs is definitely outperforming. And some of these big infotech, well, look, this is dropping off too. The volume is dropping off here too. It's just that I hate to scoff at something that's on channel breakout here, but it's pretty extended and doesn't get this extended very often. And I was mentioning this before. And then we had this healthy pullback, which we really kind of needed, coming back at least to get within shouting distance of the 20 SMA, which is still a country mile from the 50 SMA. So very extended. There's no other way to look at it, and yet it's not really something you want to short. You might want to be a good stock picker, and so Tesla is not quite so overextended, right? And yet this on balance volume is going crazy. above all its moving averages, but not super overextended with moving average trend line support. Is what I'm trying to say. So past its earnings, everything cool. So yeah, I like this Tesla trade right here. So let's dip our toe in. Let's get something bearish. Just something bearish, just in case. So this is a bearish trade I like because it's what we call high in the curve. It's rolling over after being kind of on the high end, right? And it's breaking key levels here. As the on-balance volume starts to slip, we're below the key moving averages. We probably have a bow tie on this one. Let me just check. If not, it's probably getting close. Yep, we have a bear bow tie signal to top it off. Now, having said all that, I still want to, this one I want to be more moderate with. I could do a bear put, or I could do one of those. Don't ask me to do too much bear put spreads. If you want to keep it simple, if you just want to, maybe buy the 90, sell the 85, something like that, you could do that. I'm kind of inclined to do sort of a buy the 90 and start selling shorts on the regular here, around 85, 86, and just kind of cash flow this. All right. Next era energy. Me. Okay. So yeah, this is rolling over. This looks like it's in rough shape. And I'm gonna cash flow is good. And maybe I should even do a calendar spread so that in case I'm wrong, I could flip it into a bull put pretty easily. I think I'll do that. I think I'm gonna do that. All right, so let's put on one bullish, one bearish. So I like me as a bearish trade. And so let's go trade. I'm going to do this as about an 85, 86 calendar spread. So I want to sell as short term as possible. What is Friday? I don't even know what a calendar looks like. Friday's the 29th, or we go out to June 5th. So let's look at the 29th. Can we sell a put around, let's get in the right stock first. Could we sell a put around 86 and get, something worth getting? I think so. I think we could sell that 25 put to 86 put. We'll sell that for 25 cents, maybe get 30 on a limit order. And I'm going to buy out a little ways. I'm going to buy out to, I think July is fine. I don't really want to go all the way to September. I want to do more contracts, make this more of a gorilla calendar or a gorilla almost calendars because I'm gonna have to buy I'm gonna buy the 85s. I'm gonna buy the 85s. It's almost a calendar, not quite, but still the concept is I could flip it to a bull put spread if I'm completely wrong. All right, so it's almost a calendar. We just don't happen to have out to July, the 86 strikes not available. So we'll buy the 85, we'll sell the 86. There'll be an extra buck of margin in there. And that's only $1.90 to do that. Okay. And if I could do 4 of these, then I'll get $100 by Friday. All right. So let me do 4 of these. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So this is a horizontal spread. Technically, it's a diagonal spread, diagonal put spread. Okay. Diagonal put spread. And let's go ahead and put that on. Confirm and send and send. I like that trade. That's a good look. So if we can cash flow like $100 a month, then this trade becomes pretty viable, doesn't it? Yeah. Even if we don't get the breakout, we'll just go ahead and scalp some nice cash flow and go take it as it comes. So we're going to be short the 86. All right, now I'm going to start to do something here as I put these trades on. I want to, and as they fill, right? And as they fill, I want to document these. I'll show you how I document these on entry. And so, so the trade that got filled here, we got filled on a Tesla vertical spread, 2 contracts for 445. Okay, so here's how I'm going to track this. Okay. All So it's a real simple spreadsheet, as simple as can be. So TOS just stands for Thinkorswim. That's the brokerage I'm using here with you guys. And so this is going to be our entry date. So 5/26 is our entry date. The ticker symbol is Tesla. Strategy bull call spread. Quantity 2. And our current basis equals 445 times 2. Okay, so we got 890 into this trade. All right. And then as we manage it and check it out or do anything into it, we can add notes and that sort of thing. All right. So as these fill, I log them. Okay. So that's what I do normally. Okay. I'm just going to do it with you more now. So I do a better job of keeping you alongside me with these trades, etc. All right. Now, so if we go back to the monitoring of the working trade, okay. So where's our working trades here? There it goes. Well, it's not a working trade anymore, just build. So 190 times 4 on the knee put diagonal spread. So here's how we're going to document this. So on 5/26, ticker symbol NEE, and it's a put diagonal spread, 4 contracts, and the cost was 190 per contract. So that equals 190 times 4. Okay. That's very, so that trade's about 760. So if anyone's, watching this, or if you share this video with anyone, this is kind of how we roll. Try to, not put our life savings into each trade here. And if you have deeper pockets, you can scale up. If you have a small account, you can scale down. You can do 1 contract if you prefer. But we try to keep this capital or initial outlay. We can go higher than this, but we try to keep it reasonable, somewhere in that, anywhere from 500 to 1,500. We might push it to 2,000 here and there, but try to keep the capital outlay reasonable. Okay. For max loss trades that are put on for max loss, like Boing Boings, then we go even less. We try to keep it closer to 500. Okay. All right. So speaking of which, I think it would be appropriate to do at least one Boing Boing, maybe 2, maybe 1 bullish, 1 bearish. Let's see what the cat drags in here. So let's do a quick scan. Let's see what we can find here. So let's do bearish first. Why not? So our bearish Boing Boing. No, let's go to bullish. I want to make sure it's refreshed. So Boing Boing bullish. Get a fresh screen here. And let's jot down some of these names that look very familiar, that look very liquid. So Take-Two Interactive, AbbVie is very liquid. That has tight spreads. Baidu, I think, I was looking at that earlier. It's funny that comes up on the screen in eBay. So there's 4 bearish candidates. Let's look at Starbucks as well. As you go ahead into the summer, it doesn't feel like Starbucks weather, does it? It's not pumpkin spice weather. So let's look at Starbucks, and let's just run the bullish one too. That's the bullish. Let's run the bearish one too while we're here. I'll look at our GLD. EXPE, I think, is tradable from an options liquidity standpoint. ALGN, I think so. Booking.com, I don't know about that. Maybe. Toll Brothers, probably better. I'm going to put Booking down here. BKNG down here as well. All right, I think that's enough. And so let's go ahead and take that screener away and just look at these. Okay, let's start with the bullish. Take-Two Interactive. Whoa. Yeah, I don't want to jump in front of that falling knife. So no on that one. AbbVie. So you can start to see my thought process as I look at these as well. This looks nice. This has nice trend line support. We're clearly up over the last month or so. And here's the trend line support in case you can't spot that right away. It's very easy for me to spot this. Trend line support We're above key moving averages. The unbalanced volume is a little weak, but at least it's making higher highs and higher lows. Okay. I don't love that it's down $3 today, but it hasn't capitulated as much as I'd like. So I think this one's acceptable, but let's see if I can find a better one. Baidu. This one's got too much downward momentum, so I don't want to step in front of that. Even though it's coming into some moving average support, it's just not good enough for me. I want to get on. There we go. This probably this best one. This just the momentum on eBay is just so strong that I think that this is the best signal so far. So eBay is the best. AbbVie could work. Starbucks, nope, too much downward momentum. CVS, in the middle somewhere. So I think clearly the clear best one is eBay. So let's just take the one best one. Okay, why take the mediocre ones? So eBay is a really good signal for a boing boing. It's set up nicely. I'm going to go out to July monthly, and I'm going to buy myself a call 35 to 45 delta. 41 delta looks good. The 120 strike. I'm just going to buy one of those. One of these. Try to get a decent fill closer to 410. Maybe I'll go 420 just to get it to fill. Okay. Confirm and send and send. Okay, so there's a bullish point going. That's now a working order. And let's go to something. Let's go to bearish now. Okay, RGLD. Okay, downward momentum. Nice little look above here. Capitulation candle. Falling. This looks good. I like this. It's a good trade. I don't particularly like this big gap up, but Royal Gold looks good as a boing boing. So let's look at four of these and pick the best one. I like this one too. I think I like RGLD better just because it had a smaller candle and less basing. So far I like RGLD. ALGN, not bad. A little bit of moving average resistance. It also has a drop-based drop, but it's got that move that unbalanced volume is starting to. It looks like it might be trying to put in a bottom, so it's just not quite bearish enough. So far, I like RGLD the best. This is really this isn't bad, but I just don't like how it's closing on a high and how it's had this momentum here lately. I don't really want to go against that. BKNG. So much is so messy. I can't even see. I love the capitulation candle and the resistance at the 20 SMA. This one looks good. I don't like that surge in buying volume. And 1, 2, 3, 4 candles up candles in a row, but this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. Um, hmm, 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 I like both of these. Let's see which one's more liquid, RGLD or BKNG. This one just is more clearly bearish. Look at that unbalanced volume slide. I like RGLD the best. Let's just do RGLD. So reasonably priced stock. So let's go trade. So just like that, we got like 4 trades up. Okay, let's see if it's liquid enough though. Yeah, I think so. With a limit order, sure. Let's go with the 115 strike, and we're going to need to get a decent fill on that. Let's try to get that at the midpoint. I can pay 580 for that. Call that good. I'm not going to pay any more than that though. All right, so while we're waiting for that, we will document the eBay boing boing. That was one contract for 410. eBay boing boing, one contract for 410. 526. eBay, and I'll just say BBB. That's for bullish boing boing. And one contract for $410. Price to max loss less than $500. And we got our fill on, again, 5/26 their entry date. And we did get filled on, why did we get filled twice? Oh, darn it. Oh, I made a mistake. All right, when you make a mistake, you correct it. I want to close this. I forgot to change. I forgot to change chains, and I know why that happened. I'm going to fix that later. All right. So I want to close that trade. I didn't want to have eBay put option in there. That's a screw up on my part because I was in the wrong chain. So let's change this to RGLD before I forget. Then I'm going to go to our these, and I'm going to close this put. I didn't mean to buy a put on eBay. Create closing order, sell, and I'm just going to do that. Firm and send and send. Just close that. That was a mistake. All right. Now we'll confirm. Now we'll go back to the trade, and we'll go RGLD. And now we'll look at the July expiry. And we're looking at a put option, 35 to 45 delta. Let's see, are these bid-ask spreads okay? 35 to 45 delta. So 39 delta, the 220 strike is a little bit expensive. A little bit more than we like to pay for Boeing. And the spread is very wide. So I may move away from that one and take the other choice, BKNG. See if that looks any better. It should be cheaper and better spreads. Yes, it's cheaper and has better spreads. So I'm going to go as far down as I can, just keep it as close to 500 as possible. Within the rules, I can do, ooh, that's $1 spread. I don't like that. I might go a little higher just to keep the spread. I mean, why throw away money on the slippage when you don't have to? That's 60 cents wide. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to cut into that a little bit more with limit order. All right, I can live with that. So if I can get filled at 750, it's a little bit over budget, but not bad. So BKNG just got filled at 750, I believe. So BKNG, BBS, Boing Boing short, Boing Boing sell. I just did one contract for 750 on that. And that is all I got on behalf of Wealth Foundations Northwest. It's been my pleasure. Been your coach today. Just like that, we got 4 trades on. Let me get this video out to you as soon as possible, and we will go from there. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.